Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 21. We are going to be talking about the news, which there is plenty of games we've been playing recently, including Pokemon for Damian, and then we're going to get into Walking Dead talk, including the two past episodes. So, first piece of news is that Young Justice Season 3 has been confirmed, which is a shock because this series got canceled like a couple years back, only after 2 seasons, and it was so good, and a lot of people, were upset about it. But I think after it went on Netflix and they saw the numbers that it generated, they were like, you know what, let's do a season 3. So
yeah, I think that's
what
good.
are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think it's great because I heard a lot of people really like this show. I'm not too sure when it stopped. Like, when did season 2 ended? Like,
it was like 2012 or something.
yeah, so it's really
yeah,
weird.
it was a while ago. So the fact that they are bringing it back is sort of weird. So, when was the last episode? Just trying to find it real quick. But yeah, 2013 was the season finale for season 2, which was in March of that year.
Like,
so
that's pretty insane. Like, just for it to come back. But do we know where it's gonna air? Like,
according to this article, they have further details about the season, including premiere date and network partner, will be announced at a later time. So, but it's happening. Like, that's a good thing about a lot of people that really wanted a season 3 from this show. So
yeah, that's good. 'Cause a lot of action cartoons kind of got just don't happen anymore. Like, Korra and like Young Justice and stuff happened at like 2013 is like when they all ended. So it's like we really haven't had like action shows for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see it come back.
Some people are bringing up like the idea of like other cartoons putting their shows on Netflix, like Spectacular Spider-Man. So people are like, that should be on Netflix, so that Marvel and Disney can see that people still want another season of this show, just to like finish it out or even like continue it.
Yeah.
So that could happen. That could very possibly happen, but it obviously won't because they're already working on another Spider-Man cartoon show after Ultimate ends finally. So
thank God. But still, Spectacular Spider-Man is like the best Spider-Man ever. I love it.
Yeah, but I might watch Young Justice maybe like when I have a break or something like that. But I'll wait and see because I am very intrigued to see exactly how strong the show will come back when it does, finally air on a TV network.
Yeah, I might need to watch it too at some point. So Tom Holland reveals a 6-film contract. This is the new Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, this is the new Spider-Man actor, and he has revealed that there is a 6 contract of film, which is pretty crazy. I mean, like, obviously Marvel is trying to do another trilogy, hopefully finish it out.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to appear in 3 other Marvel movies. I'm not exactly sure if Civil War counted, but if it did, that means he will only appear in 2 more Marvel movies, which one of them is definitely the next Avengers movie. So after that, I do not know what else he'll appear in, but more Tom Holland is good to me because Tom Holland is definitely the best Spider-Man we've seen on the big screen thus far, just because of his one performance in Civil War, which is like that good. Obviously, like, people will have nostalgia for Toby, and then some people will say Andrew was pretty good. Despite what he was working with, he still did a pretty good job as a actor and Peter Parker. So
yeah, I mean, I do like him. I think he fits the role more than Toby and Andrew a lot.
Yeah, it's mostly because he's like very young.
Yeah,
I would say.
That's why it fits more, I think. So I would like to see it. Well, first I want to see how the first film does. If not, I'm like, it's all gonna go downhill from here. But let's just see, because third time's the charm with Spider-Man, I guess, because it's been like
oh my God.
Yeah, this man had way too many reboots already. So let's just get this one right.
I mean, all of them have made money, so I mean, you can't complain.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of Marvel's side, every single time they do release a Spider-Man movie, no matter how bad it is, it still makes millions of dollars in the box office.
He's the most popular superhero.
Probably one of the most popular superheroes among like Batman, Superman, and all the other superheroes out there. But moving on, there is an official confirmation that the Wii U is finally going to cease production very soon. So I think we already talked about this briefly. So And today is actually the 4th year the Wii U has been out, so I guess we should just like briefly talk about our memories and some of our favorite games on the Wii U. So I guess I'll start first. I mean, I made a whole video talking about the launch of the Wii U and on how like I didn't even get my console to work, obviously. Yeah. So like I went to your house and we had fun playing Nintendo Land and stuff. But one of my favorite games on the Wii U, I do not own all the games on the Wii U. I'm missing Mario Maker, Xenoblade, and a couple of other ones, but I think I enjoyed Yoshi's Woolly World like the most out of all of them. I mean, like obviously Smash Brothers is like pretty good for like a competitive game, but like as just like a video game in general, just to like sit down, relax, play. I think Yoshi's Woolly World did that like perfectly because it's just a chill game. It's a nice platformer. Visually, it looks great. Music is awesome. So, I mean, yeah, like that is like my favorite game on the Wii U, obviously next to Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and all of the other titles. So, but what are some of your memories and favorite games on the Wii U?
I mean, probably like Xenoblade Chronicles X. That was a good game. It was really long too. It's like 70 hours. I don't think it's good as the original one, Xenoblade Chronicles, because the story in this one was just all over the place. But just exploring everything was just amazing. I loved it. It was like you go on giant mechs and stuff and fly around. It was like a huge world. I loved it a lot, and the combat was really good too. What else? Splatoon was really fun. I was starting to warm up to it a lot more, as
it's another game I didn't buy.
Yeah, it's really good. I really do like Splatoon. It's very creative, and I really do like it a lot. Wind Waker HD. No, that game is great too. Wind Waker HD is great. But yeah, I think the Wii U did shape up to be an okay console in the end, but it just took too long. Like I feel like we should have had these games the first 2 years it's been out, but now it's like it had nothing for the first 2 years. So
yeah, freaking Splatoon came out within like the 3rd year and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
and it was already over.
Pretty much nearing the end, but hopefully the Switch could pick up right where the Wii U left off and bring us better games at a much quicker pace, I would say.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so the Nintendo Switch price was listed on Toys R Us Canada for $329. But alright, so the thing you have to know about this though, like, are they saying in like American dollars, or is this like Canadian inflation?
According to this news article, the Canadian site of Toys R Us currently has the Nintendo Switch platform listed for $329. You can't pre-order the console and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure if this is like Canadian dollars.
Yeah, because Canadians have it really bad right now. So let's say a game is $60, right, in American. It's gonna be like $80 over there. So that means that this could be like $300 here, or maybe less than that. It could be even less than $300, maybe.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, like $329 is not that bad either. You know? Just like within the 300 to 400 range, in there, sort of pretty good. So, I mean, $329 is just like a weird price to me. Like I expected it to be like 300, 350, or 400. Like nothing in between. Like 350 is sort of weird, but I mean, it could be feasible. I think theoretically maybe they are making it at a loss because like this price is very cheap, mind you.
Yeah.
Especially since it has a custom NVIDIA chip in there, and it has the screen and then the detachable controllers and all this other stuff. Like I do not even want to know on how much like the actual price for the Switch is. Like if it's actually pretty cheap, like that would be surprising, but $330 isn't that bad of a price.
Is the Wii U 1080p? Because I know the Switch is gonna be 720. Like they're cutting down on some stuff.
I don't know if the Wii U had 1080p resolution. I'd imagine it didn't. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, to be honest. But I don't know. So maybe that's where they're cutting it a little bit, where it's only 720 instead of 1080p.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's not a huge difference, mind you. So
no, it's not. But, it's like at the I don't really care when it comes to Nintendo, because the art styles and stuff, they make it work, and then Nintendo knows how to make it work. But for third
it took them a while to jump to HD. Like 4 years ago was the first time they released HD video games.
Yeah, so they've been behind the curve forever. So, but this price makes it like it's gonna be a lot cheaper than this for American dollars, because then the Canadian dollar is so weak. But I mean, it's like it's cheap, right? And that's good. Well, also means that the console is going to be really like not as powerful as some people are hope for.
Also, on top of that, it could also be another Wii dilemma where it's like sold out everywhere and all this other stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I hope like I kind of wanted to because Nintendo really needs something to do to go right for them. So yeah, that's pretty good actually. But I guess we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait for that January 12th live stream event. Next piece of news, I actually did not know this, but it was announced recently that the new 3DS game in the Dragon Ball universe, Dragon Ball Fusion, is actually getting pushed up in the release date. Like, instead of being released in December, it's coming out November 22nd. So the fact that they're pushing the game up is sort of weird. Like, you never see that happen.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure if this is the first time that it has happened, but probably within like this current generation, it probably is. So, I mean, what do you think about? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure both of us don't really know much about Dragon Ball Fusion to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know what this is about, but it looks like
just like the whole concept of just. Just like the whole concept of just like pushing a game forward instead of pushing it back. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, do you think Bandai Namco just like has so much confidence within this game? Like, it is finished. Like, we could just release it sooner than expected.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I'm not sure. I never heard about this before. Because usually, extra development time is always good. But I don't know. Maybe they just want to rush it, maybe to go into like
November 22nd. Not like this.
So yeah, maybe that's really soon actually.
Yeah, that's actually this upcoming Tuesday.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, it was supposed to come out. It said December 13th, and now it's November 22nd. That's like a big like.
Yeah, it was pushed up 3 weeks. I think.
Oh my god!
1, 2,
all right.
3. Yeah, it was pushed up 3 weeks.
Maybe it was mostly just localization and stuff like
that. Yeah, they probably hurried up the translating and stuff like that. So that could be it. But like if like the game launches and it's broken, we'll definitely know why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it might not be broken. I think it just might be a lot of misspelling and stuff.
Misspelling, maybe some bugs. I don't know.
Because it might have been localization, for that amount of time. But I don't know. That's really weird, and I don't know how I feel about that. All right, so Super Mario Run launches on December 15th. You could try the game modes. They have 3 game modes you could try for free, and it's gonna cost $10. So you could play it whenever you want. And
so I'm assuming on how this is gonna work is that they give you like all 3 modes, and then you get like a certain amount of like tries to play it, and then like within like the next hour you'll get like another try to play these modes again and stuff like that. But the fact that it's only $10 for unlimited access, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but I mean, I'll try it and see if it's actually worth $10. But because I thought it was gonna be like $5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought it'd be $5.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be like $10. It's, it's
at least it's not like Square Enix prices on their games. Oof.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
they actually charge like plus 15 more for their games, which is sort of absurd. But
yeah, I mean, if the game is good quality, then sure, I'll give it to Nintendo. But I might not because I don't really play on my iPhone because it burns the battery. But
yeah, it burns the battery, and then like most mobile games, like I sort of just like lose interest after like the first month or so.
Yeah, it's like so much you could do with it. So, but I think it's cool. Nintendo. This is Nintendo's first like big game on the on iOS, not counting Miitomo because that's not a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this could be cool if they do it right, and it looks like they are. They're not going for the premium. Free.
Yeah, they aren't being like, hey, it's like $15, or like, hey, it's free, but here's all of these extra microtransaction stuff.
Yeah,
they're just like $10, you get everything to play, instead of like doing like, hey, if you buy us some coins, you can like speed up the process a little. Nah, they definitely went a very clean route. I will put it at that.
Yeah, and I respect that.
So. Overcooked is actually getting $5 DLC. Is going to include a new world map, 6 campaign levels, 6 new chefs, and a jungle theme, and then a helicopter to traverse that map. So, I mean, just like from what you played of Overcooked at my house, what do you think about like them doing DLC for only $5 with all this content here?
I think it's pretty good. The game is really fun. It's really stressful and it makes me like hate everyone. But it's still like a really fun game, and I'm really glad it's gained more attention and stuff because it actually got nominated for like a not game of the year, but like some category.
What the game awards?
Yeah,
maybe it's like
I think best indie
game.
I think it was
Okay.
best indie game. Yeah.
I hate that we can't vote for it.
Only
Yeah,
they can.
it's sort of weird.
Yeah, but this game is great. It's a fun game. If you want to yell at your friends.
Yeah.
And I guess more content is always really nice for this. So.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's some people that have already beaten the game with their friends, and they're like, I'm tired of playing the same characters. So now that there's like a dinosaur, a panda, a robot-looking guy, a pig, not sure why there wasn't a pig to begin with, but this DLC is pretty exciting. Will I buy it when it launches? Probably. It's only like $5, so just have to go and wait and see when it does finally come out. So.
Yup. Alright, so Nintendo is making a Zelda escape room, and it's going to be in 8 cities, and it's going to start on January 31st. So this is weird. Like, I know escape rooms have been getting really big lately.
Escape rooms are, from what I can see from like social media, are extremely popular in like large cities, so like California. I think that there's some in New York as well.
Yeah.
But personally, I've never tried an escape room. It sounds really fun, like with like a bunch of people that you know well, and you could like interact with and make fun of. It's pretty much just like a bunch of puzzles that you and your friends work out with. So, what my concern with this one in particular is the fact that it's Zelda, and they're gonna have to make a lot of room. I mean, they're definitely like, when they do this, they're gonna have to make like more than one escape room, so people aren't just like waiting in line for people to like finish the same escape room.
Yeah.
Because I'd imagine that like the line for these will go out of the door, and like for San Fran, it's starting on January 31st to February 5th, which is for a couple of days, and then for Los Angeles, it's February 10th to the 12th. So that's like less than what San Francisco got, and then San Diego's only 2 days.
Oh God.
So
yeah.
I'm not exactly sure on how long for New York it's gonna be, but I hope it's like maybe within the 3 to 4 day range, not just 2, because like if they do it just for 2, like they're crazy.
Yeah, you would never go.
Yeah, there's probably some people that are like, well, we're probably never gonna get in. So, but if they do decide to like this is probably going to succeed very, very well, obviously. So if they decide to like do another one with like maybe like Mario or like Metroid or whatever other IP they decide to use, I would be very excited for that. And obviously starting off with Zelda sort of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because puzzles are in the game, so it makes sense.
Yeah. You already do puzzles, and supposedly there's going to be like classic items and characters to be seen within these rooms, so that's gonna be very cool. But if it does come to New York before like March or something like that, I would be very excited to go. Hopefully they do it not during when it's like snowing or something like that, because that would definitely not be that good for them and for us, obviously, because we want to go, and then if it snows, it's not going to be that nice of a journey there.
No, it would be awful.
Next up is the Dead Rising 4. There has been news about it in terms of the campaign. There's no co-op campaign.
Yeah.
Don't know why they removed it. Uber Haxanova, who is a YouTuber and also a co-host of the Cow Chop channel, he was very upset about this because he planned on doing a whole let's play sort of thing with another YouTuber. And that kind of sucks, really, because instead of doing a co-op campaign, they're going to have a 4-player co-op that's going to be separate from the campaign, which is sort of weird, to be honest.
I don't know why they did that, because, this is mostly, I know the first one wasn't co-op, but I'm pretty sure the second one was, right? And the third one?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure one of the sequels had co-op in there in terms of the campaign. So
yeah, that's weird that they removed it. It seems like a good game for co-op in it anyway. So yeah, that's just a weird decision. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, it seems like, their answer was, we want to focus on Frank's story, which, why couldn't you just have a guy that Frank meets, and then the co-op person just plays as that guy, Yeah. It just seems very weird on how, they just decided to be no, we're just going to cut it out of the entire game for, no reason, really, other than, we want to focus on Frank West, on his, return and stuff, which is just PR bullshit, really. Yeah. So it's sad that they removed it, but I hope that the game itself is still like pretty good as a product.
I think it'll still be good.
Yeah, because it's freaking Dead Rising, and I'm pretty sure all of the games up to this point have been either okay or like pretty good. Yeah. So.
All right, so Persona 5 has been delayed to April. It was supposed to come out on Valentine's Day, but now it got delayed, and that's sad for me. But they said, you know, the game is like really big, and they had to localize. They need a little more time to localize stuff. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. But I'm still sad about it. It's like this game looks great. Like from what I've been hearing, the people who've been playing the Japanese version, which came out like in September, I think, or August. You know, they've been saying it's fantastic. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play this. And now I'm sad that it's got delayed, but whatever. As long as, you know, it's good, then I'm fine with it.
I mean, I'm not a huge Persona guy, but obviously this delay sort of... I mean, I could just tell, you know, like, it sucks because...
It's like a 2-month delay.
Yeah, it's like a couple-month delay, so... Yeah. It's not even like, hey, we're delaying it to, like, March or something. Nah, it's, like, April.
Yeah, it's something like that. That sucks. But, you know, whatever. I'd rather have a little more time to get a little better.
And then, like, halfway through, it's, like, all Japanese text, like, well, now I can't read it.
Yeah, so... You know, it's fine. I could wait. It still sucks, but, you know, I could wait. I never have problem with games being delayed if it means, like, you know, it would be better. Yeah. I'd rather have it be delayed than rushed, so.
Alright, so EVO 2017 is going to be back in Los Angeles, or Las Vegas, I can't read. Las Vegas this July, so, or this upcoming July, so,
let's hope they don't screw everything up again.
I just hope that EVO recognizes just Smash Brothers as like an actual fighting game, because I know that the other half of the fighting game community views Smash Bros as like a very kiddie game.
I mean, even the main dude like who made EVO doesn't even like Smash. He just does it. Yeah. So it's like
I don't know why, because I feel like that EVO is supposed to be like this prestigious tournament, and then when you just give the top 32 players best of threes, it feels sort of cheaped out, because earlier within that year of EVO 2016, every single tournament that had Smash Bros. Melee or Smash 4, it was all best of 5, just to make it, you know, the fairest that it could be. So it just sucks that they did that. So hopefully this year they hear our feedback and they decide to push the best of 5, not just for finals, but for top 32 onward, or maybe even top 64 is sort of like a stretch. So top 32 onward.
Is fine, yeah.
Top 32 onward would definitely be the appropriate mark to have best of 5s onward.
Yeah, because this year's EVO wasn't like, it was like, I felt like.
Yeah, and also like the scheduling messed up with a lot of the players.
Yeah.
So hopefully they just fix that for Smash Bros. But I heard that I didn't hear anything else in terms of like complaints for the other games.
No,
so.
it was just the Smash Brothers mostly that got shafted. So, which sucks. But hopefully they recognize that Smash is like the second to largest game there. Like Melee and Smash 4 are like the second biggest games there besides Street Fighter 5. So, you know, give it the respect it needs, man.
Yeah, man. It just give it its time, and, you know, the best of 5s that we want to see as spectators.
All right, so Warner Brothers bought Machinima. Like, why?
I mean, why? I don't think Machinima has been doing much since, like, 2008, right?
I mean, why? I mean, I guess that's, like, Disney buying, what do you call it, Maker or whatever? Or Polaris? Yeah, so what's up with these people buying freaking YouTube partner things? Like,
yeah, MCNs. I don't know, but I guess Warner Bros was like, Machinima needs money. We got that money. I guess we could just buy them.
Yeah, because Machinima hasn't been doing anything for like a long time.
Yeah, I have. Ever since they stopped doing Sonic for Hire, I just unsubscribed from everything Machinima, because like really it's all spam at this point, and like if you see the amount of subscribers that they have, and then their view numbers, it's so low.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, hopefully, like, something good happens for Machinima, but hopefully that they get back to, like, where they were in terms of, like, YouTube prowess among the gaming community, where they're, like, you know, almost or like more than half of the gaming community watch them. But nowadays it's like Machinima's old.
Yeah, it's just a joke at this point.
Yeah.
So hopefully they could do something good for them, I guess. But until then, like they're still there. Machinima's just there. So hopefully they do something about it and make them not garbage.
All right, so the last piece of news is the fact that League of Legends is moving to a 10-ban system, which has already been talked about. But it is leaked on how they are actually going to do it. So the way that it's going to work is, so you're going to get, each side is going to get their 3 picks or their 3 bans.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go into pick phase. And then each side is going to get their 3 champs. And then they're going to ban 2 more champs on each side. And then they're going to pick the last 2 champs again. Which adds a lot of strategy, which I guess whatever's meta at the time, you have to make it within those first 3 rotations before they ban it out. But it's sort of weird on how like they went from 3 bans on each side to adding 2 additional bans on each side, which... I mean, I'm not exactly sure what teams would do with that. I guess like target banning maybe, but I don't know. I feel like 6 bans were already enough, but I guess since they're expanding the champ pool and they keep making champions and certain champions are still too strong and all this other stuff. So, I mean, 10 bans. That's a lot like
of
you
bans,
said.
dude.
So. I mean, there's already like 100-something champions within the game, so 10 bans obviously isn't that much in terms of like looking at like the big picture on how many champs there are.
Yeah, but it's
and
also
then you're
like
banning.
every season is like a few champions that are like super
Yeah,
viable,
every single meta is like only a handful of champions that are really really good. So.
What the hell?
All right, so we are going to move forward into the games we have been playing recently. So, I guess I'll start with you since you were playing Pokemon before you got on here. So,
Pokemon,
what are your thoughts on Pokemon so far? Actually, how many hours are you into it?
If you're in like 2 right now.
Okay,
like
so
2.5
2 hours, not bad.
I've kind of just been exploring a bit. I was trying to get a Pichu for the longest time, and it only has like a 5% encounter rate. So I was there for like 30 minutes trying to get one, and I got one. But right now, yeah, it's great. I love it. The battle system is like really improved. They show you what's super effective against what now. What else to do? It's like show you like you can see like how many status effects have on you at the same time, like how many debuffs of like attack down and stuff. So that's great. The game just looks nice. Like it looks a lot better than X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It looks just really good. And there's like a lot of cutscenes in the beginning too, which like surprised me. I'm like, oh, this is a long intro, but it's pretty good too. The music's really good. I just love the aesthetic of it. It's great. I love it, and I can't really say much about it right now because I just started playing, but it's really good. A lot of Pokemon at the start too. Like I'm only on Route 1, and I've seen like 7 Pokemon. So that's a lot of Pokemon in one route. So yeah, it's really cool. Besides that, I have been playing Heroes of the Storm because I have to play it to get the Genji skin for Overwatch.
You don't have to play. You want to play it to get the Genji skin.
Yeah. And it's okay. I've always said that about that game. It's okay. The only reason I like it more than I probably should is just because there's a bunch of freaking Blizzard stuff in it. And I love Blizzard.
Oh, yeah. Isn't like Tracer a character in that game or something like that?
Tracer is a character, and she's pretty good. But, whatchamacallit, you guys play like a bunch of StarCraft, heroes and stuff, and I like it because it's fan service and it's great. But besides that, it's just like I don't know, it's just too slow pace, and like I feel like my main complaint when I first played it in like alpha was that I felt like none of my abilities did any damage to anyone. Like I felt like it was just hitting
because
people, like,
there's no items, right?
There's no items or anything.
So like no scaling at all.
No, you can't really carry either. Like you could do a lot of damage. Like I feel like I do more damage now. Like I can nuke people down and stuff, but I don't know. It feels like you can't really carry is what I'm trying to say. You have to have a team with you at all times because most of it's objective based and stuff. It's not really about taking down the tower and killing the Nexus or whatever. It's about like doing something and then that wins the game. You know what I mean? So it's like it's weird, right? It's a weird game. It's fun if you're just playing it for the lulz, but it's not really competitive at all. And I don't know why Blizzard keeps pushing it to be competitive, but whatever. I'm just doing it for the Genji skin, man, and because that skin looks great. But I think that's all I've been playing. Yeah, so I'm gonna play more Pokemon after this, of course. But I think that's about it.
All right. Well, the game I've been playing is obviously League of Legends, like every other week. But League of Legends, they have started their preseason, and there are a bunch of new changes. They changed a lot of the assassins to make them more, I guess, healthy for the current meta or like the upcoming metas. But Rengar's like still broken.
Of course.
I don't know what the hell they did to him, but when he gets out of his ultimate and then he jumps on someone, the first auto is a guaranteed crit.
So like, what's up with these guaranteed crits? My God.
So like, if you build crit on him, it's like you're dead. And like, they changed the way invisibility and like camouflage works. So like, for example, Twitch, when he would like you can't see him.
Yeah.
But now it's camouflage, so it acts like Eve passive.
Okay.
So if Twitch is near you, you'll see him.
Okay.
And same thing works for Rengar, but when he ults,
you can just jump on
like, yeah, you can pretty much do that, and like pink wards don't see them. All right, first up, pink wards aren't there. There's like control wards, which sort of act as pink wards. Yeah, no more pink wards. They're control wards, which they still clear vision, and they actually disable wards. So like, if you have like a pink ward within Baron Pit, and then they ward over the wall, it actually just disables that ward. So you could definitely just be doing Baron, and they wouldn't know.
Okay.
So. But the biggest thing was Flex Q. They enabled Flex Q, which is basically what this entire season has been, which is Dynamic Q. It's just that Flex Q, you can't pair up as 4 now, which I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with, but now you can't pair up as 4, and I don't know what happened, but the MMR and like the matchmaking in general is just like screwed up. Like, it wasn't even just me. Like, a bunch of pro players and a bunch of people within the community have had this problem. So like, when I would queue up, I'm like a Diamond 5 support main, I would get like silver, gold, even bronze teammates, and I'm just like, damn, we could have won this game if I didn't have this silver top laner that just did not know what he was doing. And like, some of them would just like be so stubborn about it. Like, one time there was we were all like diamond, and then our top laner was like gold, and he was like not doing the right things, and we would try to tell him to like, you know, do this, do that, and then he's like, nah, it's just a bunch of toxic high elo players and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, another winnable game, but got ruined because of the matchmaking. Like, I don't blame him for being bad, because, you know, that's just, you know, how some people play. You know, they just don't know better. So I don't know how they screwed up this matchmaking. Like, this one game, everyone was diamond again, and then our jungler was like silver or something, and yeah, he was playing Nasus jungler, and I was just like, oh.
Nice. Yeah, I got nice old like.
So bronze. Yeah, and also, like I said, it's not just me. I Will Dominate, the former jungler for Team Liquid. One time he was facing against a bronze 5 top laner. I was like, oh my god, that guy must be feeling like garbage right now, because that's a challenger jungler.
Oh, god.
So I don't know how they screwed up this matchmaking so bad. They sort of fixed it a little bit. What they did was they fixed the MMR. You played one match, and then you would get replaced. Some people would actually get placed lower, which I guess is why they belong there, maybe. I don't know. But personally, when I finished my placements, I got like gold 4, gold 5. And then I was in my promos to the next division. I didn't finish it. And then when they gave me that one game, I placed plat 5, I believe, or something like that. So it's not that bad, obviously. So it's better than being in like gold, obviously, but still being in plat. I played 2 games after that, and I was still having the same problems where I would get paired up with silver and gold players and even bronze players. So I mean, it's nice when they're on the enemy team, obviously, because that's just a free win. But when they're on your team, it sort of feels bad, because you're like, I don't want to tell him what to do, because he might just flame me back or just like not understand what constructive criticism at all. So I don't know. I'm just not gonna touch Flex Q, because I already finished plat, really. So I'm just waiting for solo/duo, because that's where it really is competitive. So Flex Q right now is sort of just like people like testing the waters and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's My God, dude, just Flex Q is just so dumb. Like I got so mad after the second game I lost because I was paired up with someone that just did not know what he was doing. I was just like, screw it, I'm not gonna play it. I'm just not even gonna touch Flex Q. But I'll just stop right there. Let's just move on to Walking Dead. Obviously, this is spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled by the last 2 episodes, which was the Daryl episode and then the hour-and-a-half special where Negan visited Alexandria, you can stop listening to the podcast now. Thank you for listening. And now let's jump into the Walking Dead talk. So, the Daryl episode, what did you think about that?
I thought it was
episode,
good.
Like, as a whole.
It showed, the inside of Negan's place like I thought it was going to. And it showed them not really, like, they broke Daryl a little bit, but he's still like, still hanging on there.
He's still Daryl. It's just that you see the methods that they're doing. They're playing that one song over and over again. That song is like
the most annoying thing in the world. Like that, it's like the best thing ever. But yeah, I really do like how just break him down and stuff. It's just like, oh, like you're going to bow down to Negan now, dog. It was like he's like, nah, my name is still Daryl, dude. But it was still good. We saw like Dwight doing stuff. Like he was just
yeah, we got to see Dwight's character evolve a little bit more.
Like you could probably tell like he's gonna rebel against Negan at one point.
Yeah, he's probably going to like rebel once he sees his opportunity. But right now he sort of just like needs to like stay on his side.
Yeah.
But once he sees that opportunity, once like he sees that like what I predict how the season is gonna end is that the Alexandrians, Ezekiel's group, and then Hilltop, they will all like group up together and then try to fight against Negan. But that's sort of like a long stretch because they don't have guns really.
Yeah, but
so
that's what
I'm
I
not
was
exactly sure on how that would work.
Yeah, I mean they'll probably have to do like raid like something and take some of their guns and stuff like that.
They're probably gonna have to like do something to like end Negan's reign because I'm pretty sure Negan dies within the comics.
Yeah.
So. Not exactly sure on how this whole season will end. Maybe it'll transition to next season. I'm not sure, but I mean, going back to the whole Daryl episode, I liked on how we saw how Dwight was like living. He was living like a normal life. He had actual food. He was able to eat like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or something like that. While he's feeding Daryl dog food, which I found to be very, very messed up. But, Daryl didn't know. He fed him a piece of bread with some meat on there. Did not know it was dog food. And then, like, that whole scene where Daryl tried to escape and go on the bikes. And then, obviously, Negan knew what he was up to.
Yeah.
And then he, like, fake hit him. And then Daryl just didn't move. He was like, yeah, just do it.
Yeah, he has balls, dude. Like,
just did not care. And then it's still strange on how Negan still thinks that Daryl will go to his side. When I'm pretty sure Daryl is just like firm on just like, no, you're screwed up. You killed my friend. Like, why do you think I'm going to go to your side and all this other stuff? So
yeah, I mean, probably him and Dwight are going to team up eventually and try to escape or something. That's probably what's going to happen. That's probably like, also that other girl. I don't know who she was.
That was Dwight's wife.
Right?
And then yeah, that was his wife. And then to save herself and Dwight, she decided to marry Negan, quote unquote marry. So, and then like in the beginning, beginning of that episode, she took like a pregnancy test. So I'm assuming they're trying to have a kid, which is sort of weird.
Yeah, it's like, could we stop having kids in the freaking apocalypse? It's not gonna end.
I mean, like, I don't mind them like trying to have a kid, but like it's between Negan and then the guy you're like forcing to be your slave. That's kind of interesting. Obviously, Negan's a messed up character to begin with, so not surprised that he would try to do that. But yeah, that whole episode was just really, really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
The hour and a half episode, which they were like hyping up,
I didn't even know.
I was sort of I was sort of conflicted because I thought that something big was gonna happen, but like in reality, when you just look at the episode as a whole, it's sort of just like built character between the Alexandrians, like Rick's group, between Negan and his people. So you definitely saw on how like he was like, all right, well, we're just gonna take everything that we want and Rick can't do anything because his people have a bunch of guns, and they have some people that know how to use guns, but obviously not everyone does, so they're definitely going to lose if they decided to turn on them.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's just another episode showing how powerful Negan is and stuff.
Yeah, and just like building character to everyone.
Yeah,
so.
But I really thought someone was going to die because, about
yeah, same. I thought that girl that was doing the logs was definitely going to die, but because Rick managed to find those guns.
When they came back from commercial break, it gave the warning again, saying like, "Oh, don't viewer discretion advised." Oh, is someone gonna die then? And then no one died. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was like ready for someone's head to get bashed in again, but it didn't happen. But it was still a lot of suspense and stuff. It was like, "Oh God, Negan is super scary."
Oh my God, that whole scene with Carl where he was like put him down, like put the medicine down.
Carl doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, Carl's like, "I advise you to leave." I was like, "Bruh, do you know who you're talking to?"
Yeah, this guy would destroy you. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, so I mean, other parts of that episode, some people theorize that it was like Morse code between Daryl and Rick when like Daryl was like blinking and stuff, but
that's a
yeah, some people are going pretty deep, but
I know why they said that, because on the back of like in the background you can see like a Morse code, like the American Morse code. It was in one of the buildings, so I guess you got it from that or something. So I was like, all right, let's connect the dots here. But I think that's going a little too far. But,
yeah, so I don't know, but the fact that Negan brought Daryl to Alexandria was sort of weird, just to like, hey, look, your group is gonna lose everything because of us, basically. So
yeah,
what's that guy's name? Spencer, right? He's so anti-Rick. He's like, damn, man, you messed up once, now I'm gonna like put this on your head.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can't really do anything though, because it's like if you guys stand up to Negan right now, you're just all gonna die or something. Like, you can't do anything right now. Like, you have to just like sit there and take it for a little bit and then just regroup. You can't just like rush into it like they always do. Because he's just gonna kill them. So.
And then like when Rick was like, I don't know what he said to Spencer, but he was like, "Don't do that again" or something like that. I was like, "Yeah, that's the Rick I know."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Rick is still cares. It's just like he can't. He doesn't want anyone else to die because
Yeah.
He was stubborn. So.
That's why he went into that house and asked Michonne for that rifle.
Yeah, because he doesn't want her to die, or doesn't want anyone else to die because someone was being stubborn about it. So.
Rick just like manned up to like whatever Negan. Obviously he doesn't like it because like Negan deadass was like, I just slit my dick down your throat or something like that.
I was like, oh, shit.
I was like, oh my God, and like that's a direct quote from the comic as well.
Yeah.
Along with that Carl scene and the when he first got to the place, he was like, knock knock, piggy piggy, whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, I mean. They definitely, like, this episode was a lot of fanfare for, like, people that read the comics and, saw these scenes brought to life by these actors was definitely very cool, because I saw, like, a video on Twitter where it was like, side-by-side, or, like, not really side-by-side comparison, but, like, comic panels with the TV show voices behind it. So, I mean, I thought that was very cool. I hope that there are definitely more scenes like that in the, upcoming episodes, but yeah, like when they were like trying to find the gun was also very, very interesting. Yeah, because like most of the people like manned up to it. They're like, yeah, we have to find this gun.
Yeah, because it's also like it's more like just the principle. It's like, oh, it's two guns. I'm not gonna do anything with two guns, but he just wants to really assert his dominance. It's like, all right, give me the two guns, or someone's gonna die. So it's like, oh God. So yeah, I really like that. Like, it just showed like how much power he has over them. So he has power over.
I mean, when you're a psychopath with a baseball bat with spikes on there, and then a group of men behind you with guns, obviously you're gonna listen to him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I thought it was good. I don't think it needed to be an hour and a half though. But like.
Yeah, but like if they like ended it off on a cliffhanger with him still at the prison, people would have wondered exactly what would have happened next week.
I'm glad it resolved it at least. Just
yeah. At least they ended that episode and made it an hour and a half for that. So, I mean, the episode wasn't like as interesting as the Daryl one, to be honest, but it definitely built a lot of character between Rick and Negan. And like when Negan forced Rick to like hold Lucille the whole episode.
Yo, Rick was about like snap, dude. He was just like,
I so thought that when Negan was killing that second walker, Rick was just gonna like go out and just kill him, but obviously it's too early within the season to do that. So, but definitely still a good episode. So hopefully this upcoming episode this Sunday fills in the answers that we would love to see as Walking Dead fans. So. Is there anything else you want to add to this episode, Damian?
Not really. I thought it was pretty good. Just a lot of suspense and just showing how strong Negan is over them. And I think that was really about it. That was about that was the message they wanted to send. So I think they did a good job with it. I didn't know it was gonna be like a special episode, I guess. But I think it did a good job on what it wanted to do. I think the Daryl episode was a bit better, but this one was also good.
Okay. So pretty much share the same thoughts. So that is it for the Two Players podcast. Thank you guys for listening to episode 21 once again. And we'll see you guys 2 weeks from now with more news, games we've been playing, and Walking Dead talk. So see you guys then.
I'm going to play more Pokemon.